Greetings again to the gentle hearers, eager listeners of the great epic Mahabharata of Sri Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasadeva. We're now plowing through or going through the Bhishma Vadha Parva, which covers the first 10 days of the war, where Bhishma is the commander of the Kaurava hosts. So we've been going on for a few days now of this first 10 days, and there's been many single combats, many routs, many charges, many deaths, and many rivers of blood, which is an often repeated um, allegory that's brought into play about rivers of blood and the elephants of the islands and the hair of fallen men is the moss, the bow is the waves, the chariot wheels are the ripples, etc., etc. So we've still got quite a lot of that still to come. So where we were last time, Bhishma was showing his prowess, and despite that, the Pandavas were getting better of it. So Duryodhana complained to Shalya, well, how is it, that we're getting defeated all the time? So then Salya engages in a big combat, and Bhishma is also engaged. And that chapter ended. So now we're going to begin with chapter 962 of the Mahabharata, chapter 102 of the Bhishma Vata Parva, corresponding to section 107 in Ganguli's edition. So, Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhambitamscha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So Sanjaya said, remember, all of this is a dialogue between Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra in the court of Hastinapur. Your father was enraged. In that battle, meaning Bhishma, he used supreme and sharp arrows to pierce the Parthas and their soldiers in every direction. He pierced Bhima with 12 arrows and Satyaki with 9, Nakula with 3 arrows and Sahadeva with 7. He struck Yudhishthira with 12 arrows in his chest and arms. The immensely strong one then pierced Drishtadyumna and roared. Nakula pierced him with 12 arrows, and Madhava, footnote, Satyaki, end of footnote, with 3. Drishtadyumna pierced the grandfather back with 70 arrows. Bhimasena with 5 and Yudhishthira with 12. Having pierced Satyaki, Drona pierced Bhimasena. He pierced each of them with 5 sharp arrows that resembled Yama's staff. But each of them pierced the bull among Brahmanas back with 3 arrows that were straight in their aim and were like giant snakes. The Sauriras, the Kitavas, those from, those from the north, the Mallavas, the Abhishahas, the Surasenas, the Shibhis, and the Vasateyas did not avoid Bhishma in that battle, though they were slaughtered by his sharp arrows. Other great-souled ones on the side of the Pandavas were slaughtered. The Pandavas who were attacked by those who wielded many weapons in their hands. O king, but the Pandavas still surrounded the grandfather. The invincible one was surrounded on all sides by a large number of chariots. Consuming the enemy, he blazed up like a fire engendered in a deserted forest. His chariot was the source of the fire. The bow, the swords, javelins, and clubs were the kindling. His arrows were the sparks. Bhishma was himself the fire that consumed the bulls among the Kshatriyas. His arrows had golden tufts and the feathers of vultures. They were extremely energetic. He enveloped the enemy force with barbed, hollow, and iron arrows. He used sharp arrows to bring down elephants and chariots. That large number of chariots looked like a forest of palm trees with the heads lopped off. O king, in that battle, the mighty armed one, supreme among all wielders of weapons, deprived chariots, elephants, and horses of their riders. The twang of his bowstring and the slapping of his palms were like the clap of thunder. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, all the beings were agitated and trembled. O bull among the Bharata lineage, your father's arrows were incapable of being countered. Released from Bhishma's bow, those arrows did not only strike the armor on the bodies, O king. Brave ones were slain in their chariots, O great king, with the swift horses still yoked. We saw them being dragged around all over the field of battle. There were 14,000 Maharathas from the Chedis, the Kashis, and the Karushas. They were famous, born in noble lineages, and were ready to give up their lives. Their standards were decorated with gold, and all of them refused to retreat from the field of battle. They clashed against Bhishma in that battle, as if against death with a gaping mouth. All of them were submerged in the world of the hereafter, together with their horses, chariots, and elephants. O king, we saw hundreds and thousands of chariots. Some had their floors and axles shattered. Others had completely broken wheels. The bumpers of the chariots were fragmented, and the charioteers were brought down. O Lord of the earth, O venerable one, arrows, excellent armor, spikes, clubs, maces, swords, arrows with iron heads, the floors of chariots, quivers, and wheels were broken and were strewn around. There were arms that still held bows and swords. There were heads with earrings. There were palm guards and finger guards and standards that had been brought down. There were bows shattered into many fragments. All these were scattered on the ground. O king, there were elephants with the riders slain, horses devoid of riders. They lay there in hundreds and thousands. The brave ones made every effort to restrain the Maharathas who were running away. Footnote, the Pandavas. But they did not succeed because of the oppression created by Bhishma's arrows. With valor like that of the great Indra, he slaughtered that large army. O great king, it was destroyed in such a way that no two people ran away together. Chariots, elephants, and horses were pierced, and standards and seats brought down. There was lamentation in that army of the Pandu, and they lost their senses. Father killed the son killed the father, driven by the force of destiny. A friend attacked a beloved friend. Many soldiers in the army of the sons of Pandu tore apart their armor. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, with disheveled hair, they were seen to run away. They were like a herd of cattle, crazy with fear and running around. Chariot riders, elephants, and soldiers in the army of the sons of Pandu were seen to be shrieking in piteous tones. On seeing that the army was routed, the descendant of the Yadava lineage controlled the supreme chariot and spoke to Partha Vibatsu. This is Krishna. O Partha, the moment that you have wished for has now arrived. O tiger among men, strike and free yourself from this confusion. O brave one, O Partha, earlier in the assembly of kings in Virata's city and in Sanjaya's presence, you said, I will slay all the soldiers in the army of the sons of Dhritarashtra with Bhishma and Drona at the forefront. I will kill them and their followers and all those who fight against me in battle. O Kaunteya, O destroyer of enemies, do this and make your words come true. O bull among the Bharata lineage, remember the dharma of Kshatriyas is to fight. Thus addressed by Vasudeva, Vibatsu lowered his face and cast a sideways glance. As if unwilling, he spoke these words. Having killed those who should not be killed, I will obtain the kingdom, with hell as the ultimate objective. Or is it better to suffer the misery of dwelling in the forest, which will be better for me? Drive the horses towards Bhishma. I will do what you have asked me to. I will bring down the aged and invincible grandfather of the Kurus. At this, Madhava urged the horses that had the complexion of silver. O king, he took them to the spot where Bhishma was, difficult to look at, like the sun with its rays. On seeing the mighty armed Partha ready to fight with Bhishma in that battle, Yudhishthira's large army returned again. Bhishma, best of the Kuru lineage, roared repeatedly like a lion. He swiftly showered down arrows on Dhananjaya's chariot. In an instant, because of that great shower of arrows, nothing could be seen of the chariot or the charioteer. However, Vasudeva was without fear. Satvata resorted to patience and goaded the horses which had been wounded by Bhishma's arrows. Partha grasped his divine bow that roared like the clouds. He used sharp arrows to sever Bhishma's bow and made it fall down. With the bow severed, Kauravya again grasped the giant bow. In only an instant, your father strung the bow, which made the sound like that of the clouds. But in his anger, Arjuna sliced down this second bow too. At this, Shantanu's son praised his dexterity. O Partha, well done, O mighty armed one, O Kunti's son, well done. Having thus addressed him, he grasped another beautiful bow in that battle. Bhishma released many arrows towards Partha's chariot. Vasudeva displayed supreme skill in handling the horses. He executed circular motions and avoided all those arrows. Wounded by arrows, Bhishma and Partha, tigers among them, looked beautiful. They were like two angry bulls, marked with the signs of horns. Vasudeva saw that Partha was fighting mildly. Bhishma was continuously showering down arrows in the battle. Stationed between the two armies, he was as scorching as the sun. He was killing the best of the best of the army of Pandu's sons. Against Yudhishthira's forces, against Yudhishthira's forces, Bhishma was like the destruction at the end of the Yuga. The mighty armed Madhava, the destroyer of enemy heroes, could not tolerate this. O venerable one, he abandoned Partha's forces, which had the complexion of silver. Full of anger, the great yogi descended from the great chariot. The powerful one advanced towards Bhishma with his arms and weapons. The spirited one had a whip in his hand and roared repeatedly like a lion. The Lord of the universe seemed to make the earth shatter with his footsteps. Krishna's eyes were coppery, red with anger. The infinitely radiant one wished to kill him. In the great battle, those on your side lost their senses. They saw Madhava advance against Bhishma in that battle as if he would swallow him up. Bhishma has been slain! Bhishma has been slain! Such lamentations were uttered by the soldiers. All the men were frightened at the sight of Vasudeva's advancing. Janardana was dressed in yellow garments. He was dark blue, like a jewel. As he advanced against Bhishma, he was as beautiful as a cloud with a garland of lightning. It was like a lion advancing on an elephant, or the leader of a herd advancing against another bull. The spirited bull among the Yadava lineage roared and advanced. On seeing Pundarikaksha descend him in the battle, descend on him in battle, Bhishma was not frightened. He stretched his great bow in the encounter and addressed Govinda without any fear in his heart. Oh, Pundarikaksha, come! Oh, God of gods, I bow down before you. Oh, best of the Sattva lineage, bring me down in this great battle. O God, O unblemished one, slain by you in this battle, I will obtain supreme welfare in this world and in the next world. O Govinda, in the three worlds I have obtained great honor in the battle today. The mighty armed Partha ran after Kesha and embraced him with his two arms. But despite being grasped by Partha, the lotus-eyed Gautama Krishna still proceeded with great force, dragging him along. Partha, the destroyer of enemy heroes, now grasped Hrishikesha's legs with force and managed to stop him at his 10th step. His eyes were full of rage, and he was sighing like a serpent. Arjuna, the destroyer of enemy heroes, spoke these words of distress to him. Oh, mighty arm, refrain! You should not do this. Oh, Keshava, you earlier said that you would not fight in this war. Oh, Madhava, the world will say that you have uttered a falsehood. Let the entire burden be on me. I will kill the one who is rigid in his vows. Oh, Madhava, if it is otherwise in this battle, let there be a curse on my truth and my good deeds. O destroyer of enemies, I will do everything so that the end of the foes is ensured. Behold, As I wish, I will bring down the invincible one who is great in his vows today, like the full moon at the end of an era. Madhav heard these words of the great-souled Falguna. He did not say anything, but in anger, great but in great rage, he again ascended onto the chariot. These two tigers among them were stationed on the chariot. Bhishma, Shantanu's son, again showered down arrows like clouds raining down on a mountain. Your father, Devavrata, took the lives of the warriors like the rays of the sun absorb energy from everything after winter is past. Just as the Pandavas had shattered the ranks of the Kurus in battle, your father shattered the ranks of the Pandava soldiers in battle. The soldiers were slain and routed. They lost their enterprise and were bereft of their senses. In that battle, they were incapable of looking at Bhishma, scorching them with his own energy. He was like the midday sun. They were slain by Bhishma as if he was death at the time of the destruction of a yuga. O great king, the Pandavas were afflicted with fear and glanced at him. They could not find a protector, like cattle that had sunk into mire. In the battle, they were like weak ants afflicted by a strong person. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, the Mahabharata was unassailable. He scorched the kings with his arrows. They were incapable of looking at Bhishma. His arrows scorched like the rays of the sun, while the soldiers of the Pandus were routed. The one with the thousand rays, footnote, sun, end footnote, began to set. The soldiers were overcome by fatigue, and their hearts were set on withdrawing. There you go, Palmer.
All right.
You know it very well.
Yeah,
100. Okay. That's great, isn't it?
108. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. By the way, Matura, I'm not going through the headphones, but I'm keeping them on to muffle outside distraction. All right, but they're actually off. Sanjay said, while they were battling, the sun set, O Bharata. While they were battling, the sun set, O Bharata. Aid there came, the dreadful hour of twilight, and the battle could no longer be seen. Aid there came. Then King Yudhisthira, seeing that twilight had come and that his own troops, slaughtered by Bhishma, had thrown aside their weapons, and that stricken with fear, and turned off the field, they were seeking to flee away, and beholding Bhishma also, that mighty Car warrior, excited
Palmer,
with... Huh?
you want to know what that war should have been?
Yeah.
O Bharata, and there came the dreadful hour of twilight, and the battle
Oh,
could no.
and... Oh, okay, yeah. There's a typo here. It says
Yeah,
AID. Yeah, all right,
yes.
thanks, yeah.
Watch out for that.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. So, Bhishma also, that mighty car warrior, excited with wrath and afflicting everybody in fight, and noticing that the mighty car warriors of the Somakas, having been vanquished, had all become cheerless, reflected a little, and then ordered the troops to be withdrawn. That's Yudhisthira. Then King Yudhisthira withdrew his forces, and similarly, the withdrawal of thy forces also took place at the same time. Then those mighty car warriors, O chief of the Kurus, having withdrawn their forces, entered their tents, themselves mangled in battle. Afflicted by the shafts of Bhishma and reflecting upon that hero's feats in battle, the Pandavas obtained no peace of mind. Bhishma also, having vanquished the Pandavas and the Srinjayas in battle, was worshipped by thy sons and glorified by them, O Bharata. Accompanied by the rejoicing Kurus, he then entered his tent. Night then set in that deprives all creatures of their senses. Then, in that fierce hour of night, the Pandavas, the Vrishnis, and the invincible Srinjayas sat down for a consultation. All those mighty persons, skilled in arriving at conclusions in council, coolly deliberated about that which was beneficial for them in view of their immediate circumstances. Then King Yudhisthira, having reflected for a long while, said these words, casting his eyes on Vasudeva. Behold, O Krishna, the high-souled Bhishma of fierce prowess. He crusheth my troops like an elephant crushing a forest of reeds. We dare not even look at that high-souled warrior. Like a raging conflagration he licketh up my troops. The valiant Bhishma of keen weapons, when excited with wrath in battle and bow in hand, shooting his shafts, becometh as fierce as the mighty Naga Takshaka of virulent poison. Indeed, the angry armor is capable of being vanquished, or even the chief of the celestials armed with the thunder, or Varuna himself noose in hand, or the lord of the Yakshas armed with mace. But Bhishma, excited with wrath, is incapable of being vanquished in battle. When this is the case, O Krishna, I am, through the weakness of my understanding, plunged in an ocean of grief, having got Bhishma as a foe in battle. I will retire into the woods, O invincible one. My exile there would be for my benefit. Battle, O Krishna, I no longer desire. Bhishma slayeth us always, as an insect by rushing into a blazing fire meeteth only with death. Even so do I rush upon Bhishma. In putting forth prowess, O thou of Vrishni's race, for the sake of my kingdom, I am, alas, led to destruction. My brave brothers have all been exceedingly afflicted with arrows. In consequence of the affection they bear to myself, their eldest brother, they had to go into the woods, deprived of kingdom. For myself alone, slayer of Madhu, hath Krishna been sunk into such distress, Draupadi. I regard life to be of high value. Indeed, even life now seemeth to be difficult of being saved. If I can save that life, its latter remnant will I pass in the practice of excellent virtue. If, with my brothers, O Keshava, I am worthy of thy favour, tell me, O Krishna, what is for my benefit, without contravening the duties of my order. Hearing these words of his and describing the situation in detail, Krishna, from compassion, said these words in reply for comforting Yudhisthira. O son of Dharma, O thou that art firm in truth, do thou not indulge in sorrow, thou that hast these invincible heroes, these slayers of foes, for thy brothers. Arjuna and Bhimasena are each endued with the energy of the wind and the fire. The twin sons of Madri are also each as valiant as the chief of the celestials himself. From the good understanding that exists between us, do thou set me also to this task. Even I, O son of Pandu, will fight with Bhishma. Directed by thee, O great king, what is there that I may not do in a great battle? Challenging that bull among men, Bhishma, I will slay him in battle, in the very sight of the Dhartarashtras. if Falguni doth not wish to slay him. If, O son of Pandu, thou seest victory to be certain on the slaughter of the heroic Bhishma, even I, on a single car, will slay that aged grandsire of the Kurus. Behold, O king, my prowess, equal to that of the great Indra in battle. I will overthrow from his car that warrior who always shooteth mighty weapons. He that is an enemy of the sons of Pandu, without doubt is my enemy also. They that are yours are mine, and so they that are mine are yours. Thy brother Arjuna is my friend, relative, and disciple. I will, O king, cut off my own flesh and give it away for the sake of Arjuna. And this tiger among men also can lay down his life for my sake. O sire, even this is our understanding, that we will protect each other. Therefore, command me, O king, in what way I am to fight. Formerly, at Upablavya, Partha had, in the presence of many persons, vowed, saying, I will slay the son of Ganga. These words these words of the intelligent Partha should be observed in practice. Indeed, if Partha requests me without doubt, indeed, if Partha requests me, without doubt I will fulfill that vow. Or let it be the task of Falguni himself in battle.
How'd it feel?
All right.
Hurt?
'Tis not heavy for him. He will slay Bhishma, that subjugator of hostile cities. If excited in battle, Partha can achieve feats that are incapable of being achieved by others. Arjuna can slay in battle the very gods exerting themselves actively, along with the Daityas and the Danavas. What need be said of Bhishma, therefore, O king? Endued with great energy, Bhishma, the son of Shantanu, is now of perverted judgment, of intelligence decayed, and of little sense. Without doubt, he knoweth not what he should do. Hearing these words of Krishna, Yudhisthira said, "'Tis even so, O thou of mighty arms, even as thou sayest, O thou of Madhu's race. All these together are not competent to bear thy force. I am sure of always having whatever I desire, when, O tiger among men, I have thyself staying on my side. O foremost of victorious persons, I would conquer the very gods with Indra at their head, when, O Govinda, I have thee for my protector. What need I say, therefore, of Bhishma, though he is a mighty car warrior? But, O Krishna, I dare not, for my own glorification, falsify thy words. Therefore, O Madhava, as promised before by thee, render me aid without fighting for me. Render me aid without fighting for me. In this battle, an agreement was made by me with Bhishma. He said, I will give thee counsel, but fight I shall never for thee, since I shall have to fight for Duryodhana's sake. Know this for truth. Therefore, O Lord, therefore, Yudhisthira was repeating what Bhishma said, but there was no indication to say when he stopped. So, therefore, O Lord, Bhishma may give me sovereignty by giving me good counsel, O Madhava. Therefore, O slayer of Madhu, all of us, accompanied by thee, will once more repair unto Devavrata for asking him about the means of his own death. All of us then, O best of persons, together going to Bhishma without delay, will speedily ask him of Kuru's race his advice. O Janardana, he will truly give us beneficial counsel, and, O Krishna, I will do in battle what he will say. Of austere vows, he will give us counsel as also victory. We were children and orphans, by him were we reared. O Madhava, him, our aged grandsire, I wish today, him, the sire of our sire. I'll fie upon the profession of Kshatriyas. Sanjaya continued. Hearing these words, O king, he of Vrishni's race said unto Yudhisthira, O thou of
Get
great
over
wisdom.
Johnny's.
He has her
Oh,
Joseph's class. I have to get him stuff.
Torah.
Hey, Arthur, can you mute yourself, please?
So I've officially become that.
Thanks. So, Sanjaya continued. Yudhisthira was just cursing his duty. Hearing these words, so Sanjaya continued. Hearing these words, O king, he of Vrishni's race said unto Yudhisthira, O thou of great wisdom, these words of thine, O king, are to my taste. Bhishma, otherwise called Devavrata, is skilled in weapons. With only his glances he can consume the foe. Prepare unto that son of the ocean-going Ganga for asking him about the means of his death. Asked by thee, in particular, he will certainly say the truth. We will, therefore, proceed for questioning the Kuru grandsire. Repairing unto the reverend son of Shantanu, we will, O Bharata, ask him his advice, and according to the advice that he will give us, we will fight with the foe. Having thus deliberated, O elder brother of Pandu, the heroic sons of Pandu, and the valiant Vasudev all proceeded together towards the abode of Bhishma, casting aside their coats of mail and weapons, and entering then his tent, they all bowed to him, bending their heads. And the sons of Pandu, O king, worshipping that bull of Bharat's race, and bowing unto him with their heads, sought his protection. The Kuru grandsire, the mighty armed Bhishma, then addressed them, saying, Welcome art thou, O thou of Vrishni's race. Welcome art thou, O Dhananjaya. Welcome to thee, O King Yudhisthira the just, and to thee, O Bhima. Welcome to you also, ye twins. What am I to do now for enhancing your joy? Even if it be exceedingly difficult of achievement, I will yet do it with all my soul. Unto the Ganga, who thus repeatedly spoke unto them with such affection, King Yudhisthira with a cheer, unto the... Yeah, there's no speech marks, so I'm sorry, so... I will do it with all my soul, said Bhishma. Unto the son of Ganga, who was thus repeatedly spoke unto them... sorry, forgive me, unto the son of Ganga, who thus repeatedly spoke unto them, with such affection, King Yudhisthira, with a cheerful heart, lovingly said these words, O thou that art conversant with everything, how shall we obtain victory, and how shall we acquire sovereignty? How also may this destruction of creatures be stopped? Say all these unto me, O Lord. Tell us the means of thy own death. How, O hero, shall we be able to bear thee in battle? O grandsire of the Kurus, thou givest not thy foes even a minute, even a minute hole to pick in thee. Thou art seen in battle with thy bow ever drawn to a circle. When thou takest thy shafts, when aimest them, and when drawest the bow for letting them off, no one is able to mark. O slayer of hostile heroes, constantly smiting as thou dost cars and steeds and men and elephants, we behold thee on thy car, O mighty armed one, to resemble the second sun. What man is there, O bull of Bharat's race, who can venture to vanquish thee, scattering showers of arrows in battle and causing a great destruction? Tell me, O grandsire, the means by which we may vanquish thee in battle, by which sovereignty may be ours, and lastly, by which my army may not have to undergo such destruction. Hearing these words, Shantanu's son, O elder brother of Pandu, said unto the son of Pandu, As long as I am alive, O son of Kunti, victory cannot be yours in battle. O thou of great wisdom, truly do I say this unto thee. After, however, I am vanquished in fight, ye may have victory in battle, ye sons of Pandu. If, therefore, ye desire victory in the battle, smite me down without delay. I give you permission, ye sons of Pritha. Strike me as you please. I am thus known to you in what I regard to be a fortunate circumstance. After I am slain, all the rest will be slain. Therefore, do as I bid. Yudhisthira said, Tell us the means by which we may vanquish thee in battle. Thee that art, when excited with wrath in the fight, like unto the destroyer himself armed with mace. The wielder of the thunderbolt may be vanquished, or Varuna, or Yama. Thou, however, art incapable of being defeated in battle by even the gods and Asuras united together, with Indra at their head. Bhishma said, That, O son of Pandu, is true, which thou sayest. O thou of mighty arms, when with weapons and my large bow in hand I contend carefully in battle, I am incapable of being defeated by the very gods and the Asuras, with Indra at their head. If, however, I lay aside my weapons, even these Ka warriors can slay me. One that hath thrown away his weapons, one that hath fallen down, one whose armour hath slipped off, one whose standard is down, one who is flying away, one who is frightened, one who says, I am thine, one who is a female, one who beareth the name of a female, one no longer capable of taking care of oneself, one who hath only a single son, or one who is of vulgar fellows. With these I do not like to battle. Hear also, O king, about my resolve formed before. Beholding any inauspicious omen, I would never fight. That mighty Ka warrior, the son of Drupada, O king, whom thou hast in thy army, who is known by the name of Shikandin, who is wrathful in battle, brave, and ever victorious, was a female before, but subsequently obtained manhood. How all this took place, ye all know it truly. Brave in battle and clad in mail, let Arjuna, keeping Shikandin before him, attack me with his sharp shafts. When that inauspicious omen will be there, especially in the form of one that was a female before, I will never seek, though armed with bow and arrow, to strike him. Obtaining that opportunity, let Dhananjaya the son of Pandu quickly pierce me on every side with his shafts, O bull of Bharata's race. Except the highly blessed Krishna and Dhananjaya the son of Pandu, I do not behold the person in the 3 worlds who is able to slay me while exerting myself in battle. Let Vibhatsu, therefore, armed with weapons, struggling carefully in battle with his excellent bow in hand, placing Shikandin or something else before, throw me down from my car, and the victory will be certain. Do this, O great king, even this that I have said unto thee, O thou of excellent vows. Thou wilt then be able to slay all the Dhartarashtras assembled together in battle. Sanjaya continued. The Parthas then, having ascertained all this, went back to their tents, saluting the Kuru grandsire, the high-souled Bhishma. After Ganga's son, prepared to go to the other world, had said this, Arjuna, burning with grief and his, Kuru grandsire, the high-souled Bhishma. After Ganga's son, prepared to go to the other world, had said this, Arjuna. Something strange with the print here, excuse me. Arjuna, burning with grief and his face suffused in shame, said these words. How, O Madhava, shall I fight in battle with grandsire who is my senior in years, who is possessed of wisdom and intelligence, and who is the oldest member of our race, while sporting in days of childhood? O Vasudeva, I used to smear the body of this high-souled and illustrious one with dust by climbing on his lap with my own filthy body. O elder brother of Gada, he is the sire of my sire Pandu. While a child, climbing on the lap of this high-souled one, I once called him father. I am not thy father, but thy father's father, O Bharata. Even this was what he said to me in reply in my childhood. He who said so, oh, how can he be slain by me? Oh, let my army perish. Whether it is victory or death that I obtain, I will never fight that high-souled person. Even this is what I think. What dost thou think, O Krishna? Vasudeva said, having vowed the slaughter of Bhishma before, O Jishnu, how canst thou abstain from slaying him, agreeably to the duties of a Kshatriya? Throw down from his car, O Partha, that Kshatriya who is invincible in battle. Victory can never be yours without slaying Ganga's son. Even thus shall he go to the abode of Yama. This hath been settled before by the gods. That which hath been destined before, O Partha, must happen. It cannot be otherwise. None save thee, O invincible one, not even the wielder of the thunderbolt himself would be capable of fighting with Bhishma, who is like the destroyer with wide open mouth. Slay Bhishma, without any anxiety. Listen also to these words of mine that are what Brihaspati of great intelligence had said unto Shakra in days of old. One should slay even an aged person endued with every merit and worthy of reverence if he cometh as a foe, or indeed any other who approacheth for destroying one's self. O Dhananjaya, this is the eternal duty sanctioned for the Kshatriya, that they should fight, protect subjects, and perform sacrifices, all without malice. Arjuna said, Shikandin, O Krishna, will certainly be the cause of Bhishma's death, for Bhishma, as soon as he beholds the prince of the Panchalas, abstains from striking. Therefore, keeping Shikandin before him and at our head, we will by that means overthrow the son of Ganga. Even this is what I think. I will hold in check other great bowmen with my shafts. As regards Shikandin, he will fight with Bhishma alone, that foremost of all warriors. I have heard from that chief of the Kurus that he would not strike Shikandin, for having been born before as a woman, he subsequently became a male person. Sanjay continued. Having settled this with Bhishma's permission, the Pandavas, along with Madhava, went away with rejoicing hearts, and then those bulls among men retired to their respective beds.
Om Tat Sat. So, section 109 in Ganguli's translation, with which I shall proceed. Dhritarashtra said, how did Sikandi advance against the son of Ganga in battle? And how did Bhishma also advance against the Pandavas? Say all this unto me, O Sanjaya. Sanjaya said, then all those Pandavas, towards the hour of sunrise, with beat of drums and cymbals and similar drums, and with the blare of conches of milky whiteness all around, went out for battle, placing Sikandin in their van. And they marched out, O king, having formed an array that was destructive of all foes. And Sikandin, O monarch, was stationed in the very van of all the troops. Van obviously means the forefront. And Bhima Sena and Dhananjaya became the protectors of his car wheels. And in his rear were the sons of Draupadi and the valiant Abhimanyu. And those mighty Ka warriors, these Satyaki and Chekitana, became the protectors of the last. And behind them was Dristadumna, protected by the Panchalas. Next to Dristadumna, behind, marched the royal Lord Yudhishthira, accompanied by the twins, filling the air with leonine shouts. O bull of the Bharata's race! Next, behind him was Virata, surrounded by his own troops. Next to him marched Drupada, O mighty armed one, and the 5 Kekaya brothers, and the valiant Drishtaketu. O Bharata protected the rear of the Pandava army. Oh, they did that. Having disposed their vast army in such an array, the Pandavas rushed against thy host, prepared to cast away their lives. And similarly, the Kauravas, O king, placed that mighty Ka warrior Bhishma at the head of their whole host, proceeded against the Pandavas. And that invincible warrior was protected by thy mighty sons. Next, behind them was the great bowman Drona, as also his mighty son Ashwatthama. Next, behind was Bhagadatta, surrounded by his elephant division, and behind Bhagadatta were Kripa and Kritavarma. Behind them were Sudakshina, the mighty ruler of the Kambojas, and Jayatsena, the king of the Magadhas, and Subala's son, and Brihadbala. And similarly many other kings that were all great bowmen protected the rear of thy host, O Bharata. As each day came, Bhishma, the son of Shantanu, formed arrays in battle, sometimes after the manner of the Asuras, sometimes after that of the Pisachas, and sometimes after that of the Rakshasas. Then commenced a battle between thy troops, O Bharata, and theirs, both parties smiting one another and increasing the population of Yama's kingdom. And the Partras with Arjuna at their head, placing Sikandin in the van, proceeded against Bhishma in that battle, scattering diverse kinds of arrows. And then, O Bharata, afflicted by Bhishma with his shafts, many of thy warriors, profusely bathed in blood, repaired to the other world, and Nakula and Sahadeva and the mighty Ka warrior Satyaki, approaching thy army, began to afflict it with great vigor. Thus, slaughtered in battle, O bull of the Bharata's race, thy warriors were unable to resist the vast host of the Pandavas. Then thy host, vigorously afflicted by great Ka warriors and thus slaughtered by them everywhere, fled away on all sides. Slaughtered with sharp shafts, the Pandavas and the Srinjayas, they found not a protector, O bull of the Bharata's race. Dhritarashtra said, Tell me, O Sanjaya, what the valiant Bhishma, excited with rage, did in battle upon beholding my host afflicted by the Parthians. O Sindhuswara, tell me how that hero, that chastiser of foes, rushed against the Pandavas in battle and slaughtered the Somakas. Sanjaya said, I will tell thee, O king, what thy sire did when thy son's host was afflicted by the Pandavas and the Srinjayas. With cheerful hearts, the brave sons of Pandu, O elder brother of Pandu. See, he's rubbing it in there. He does that. The names are important. He's calling him the elder brother of Pandu, and he's talking about the sons of Pandu. So why should you be fighting with them? Encountered thy son's host, slaughtering all whom they met. That carnage, O chief of men, of human beings, elephants, and steeds, that destruction by the foe of thy army in battle Bhishma could not brook. That invincible and great bowman, then reckless of his very life, poured upon the Pandavas, the Panchalas, and the Srinjayas showers of long shafts and calf-toothed and crescent-shaped arrows. And with weapons, O monarch, he checked with his shafts, and with showers of other weapons, both offensive and defensive, all sped with energy and wrath. The 5 foremost of mighty car warriors of the Pandavas, who had been struggling vigorously in battle, excited with wrath, he slaughtered in that battle countless elephants and steeds. And that bull among men, O monarch, throwing down many car warriors from their cars, and horsemen from their horses, and crowds of foot soldiers, and elephant warriors from the backs of the beasts they rode, struck terror into the foe. And the Pandava warriors all rushed together upon Bhishma singly, upon that mighty car warrior struggling in battle with great activity, like the Asuras rushing together upon him with the thunderbolt in hand, shooting all on all sides his whetted arrows, whose touch resembled that of Indra's thunder. He seemed to the enemy to have assembled a terrible visage. While fighting in that battle, his large bow, resembling that of Shakra himself, seemed to be always drawn to a circle. Beholding those feats in battle, thy sons, O monarch, filled with exceeding wonder, worshipped the grandsire. The Parthas cast their eyes with cheerless hearts upon thy heroic sire, struggling in battle like the celestials upon the Asura Biprachiti in days of old. They could not resist that warrior who then resembled the destroyer himself with wide open mouth. In that battle, on the 10th day, Bhishma, with his sharp shafts, consumed the division of Sikandin like a conflagration consuming a forest. Him, resembling an angry snake of virulent poison, or the destroyer urged by death himself, Sikandi pierced with 3 shafts in the center of the chest. Deeply pierced therewith, Bhishma saw that it was Sikandi who was piercing him. Excited with wrath, but unwilling to fight with Sikandi, Bhishma laughingly said, "Whether thou choosest to strike me or not, I will never fight with thee. Thou art that Sikandi still which the Creator had made thee first." Hearing these words of his, Sikandi, deprived of his senses by wrath, and licking the corners of his mouth, addressed Bhishma in that battle, saying, "I know thee, O mighty armed one, to be the exterminator of the Kshatriya race. I have heard also of thy battle with Jamadagni's son. I have also heard much of thy superhuman prowess. Knowing thy prowess, I will still fight with thee today, for doing what is agreeable to the Pandavas and is agreeable to my own self, O chastisizer of foes. I will today fight with thee in battle, O best of men. I will of a certainty slay thee. I swear this before thee on by my troth." Hearing these words of mine, do that which thou shouldest, whether thou choosest to strike me or not. Thou shalt not escape me with life, O thou that art ever victorious. O Bhishma, look thy last on this world. Sanjaya continued, "Having said so, Sikandin in that battle pierced Bhishma with 5 straight shafts, having already pierced him with his wordy shafts." Hearing those words of his, the mighty car warrior Arjuna, regarding Sikandin to be Bhishma's destroyer, urged him on, saying, I will fight behind thee, routing the foe with my shafts. Excited with fury, rush thou against Bhishma of terrible prowess. The mighty Bhishma will not be able to afflict thee in battle. Therefore, O mighty armed one, encounter Bhishma with vigor. If, sire, thou returnest today without slaying Bhishma, thou wilt, with myself, be an object of ridicule to the world. Seek to do that in battle by which, O hero, we may not incur ridicule in this great battle. Slay the grandson, O thou of great strength. I will protect thee in this battle, checking all the car warriors of the Kuru army. Do thou slay the grandson. Drona and Drona's son, and Kripa and Suyodhana and Chitrasena and Vikarna and Jayadratha, the ruler of the Sindhus, Vinda and Anuvinda of Avanti, and Sudakshina, the ruler of the Kambodjas, and the brave Bhagadatta, the mighty king of the Magadhas, and Somadatta's son, and the brave Rakshasas, who is Rishashinga's son, and the ruler of Trigartas, alone with all the other great car warriors of the army. I will check like the continent resisting the surging sea. Indeed, I will hold in check all the mighty warriors of the Kuru army assembled together and battling with us. Do thou slay the grandsire. Want to go, Connor? Have another go?
Yep. Hang on.
Chapter 110.
Mhm. One moment. Dhritarashtra said, "How did Shikhandin advance against the son of Ganga?" Oh, sorry. Chapter 10 from Ganguli's translation. Dhritarashtra said, "How did Shikhandin, the prince of the Panchalas, excited with wrath, rushed in battle against the grandsire, Ganga's son of righteous soul and regulated vows? What mighty car warriors of the Pandavas' army, upraised weapons, desirous of victory, and exerting themselves with activity, protected Shikhandin on that occasion which required great activity? How also did Bhishma, the son of Shantanu, endued with great energy, fight on that 10th day of battle with the Pandavas and the Srinjayas? I cannot brook the idea of Shikhandin encountering Bhishma in battle. Indeed, when Shikhandin attacked Bhishma, was Bhishma's car or his bow broken?" Sanjaya said, "While fighting in that battle, O bull of Bharat's race, neither the bow nor the car of Bhishma had suffered any injury. He was then slaying the foe with straight shafts. Many thousands of mighty car warriors belonging to the army, as also elephants, O king, and steeds, well harnessed, proceeded for battle with the grandsire in the van. Agreeably to his vow, O thou of Kuru's race, the ever-victorious Bhishma was incessantly engaged in slaughtering the troops of the Parthas. The Panchalas and the Pandavas were unable to bear that great bowman battling with them and slaying his foes with shafts. When the 10th day came, the hostile army was torn into pieces by Bhishma with his shafts by hundreds and thousands. O elder brother of Pandu, the sons of Pandu were incapable of defeating in battle the great bowman Bhishma, who resembled the destroyer himself, armed with a lance. Then, O king, the unvanquished Vibhatsu, or Dhananjaya, who was capable of drawing the bow with even the left hand, came to that spot, frightening all the car warriors, roaring loudly like a lion and repeatedly drawing the bowstring. Scattering showers of arrows, Bharata careered on the field of battle like death himself. Frightened at those roars of his, thy warriors, O bull of Bharat's race, fled away in terror like smaller animals, O king, at the sound of a lion. Beholding the son of Pandu crowned with victory and thus afflicting that host, Duryodhana, himself under the influence of terror, addressed Bhishma and said, You, son of Pandu, O sire, with white steeds yoked unto his car, and having hang on, sorry. Duryodhana himself, under the influence of terror, addressed Bhishma and said, You, son of Pandu, O sire, with white steeds. Excuse me. You son of Pandu. It says you son of Pandu. I'm not sure if that really is supposed to be like that. O sire, with white steeds, yoked unto his car, and having Krishna for his charioteer, consumeth all my troops, like a conflagration consuming a forest. Behold, O son of Ganga, all the troops slaughtered by Pandu's son in battle. O foremost of warriors fleeing away. Indeed, as the herdsman belaboureth his cattle in the forest, even so, O scorcher of foes, is my army being belaboured. Broken and driven away on all sides by Dhananjaya with his shafts, the invincible Bhima is also routing that already broken host of mine. And Satyaki and Chekitana and the twins, sons of Madri, and the valiant Abhimanyu, he is also routing my troops. The brave Drishtadyumna, it's spelled Drishtadyumna, and the Rakshasa Gatotkacha also, are vigorously breaking and driving away my army in this fierce conflict. Of these troops that are being slaughtered by all those mighty car warriors, I do not see any other refuge in the matter of their staying and fighting on the field. O Bharata, save thee! O tiger among men, that art possessed of prowess equal to that of the celestials. Therefore, receive thou those great car warriors without delay, and be thou the refuge of these afflicted troops. Thus addressed by him, O king, thy sire Devavrata, son of Shantanu, reflecting for a moment and settling what he should do, said these words unto thy son, comforting him therewith. O Duryodhana, listen calmly to what I say, O king, O thou of great might. Formerly I vowed before thee that slaying every day 10,000 high-souled Kshatriyas I would come back from the battle. I have fulfilled that vow. O bull of Bharat's race, O thou of great might, today I will achieve even a great feat. Today I will either sleep myself, being slain, or I will slay the Pandavas. I'll read that again. Today I will either sleep, myself being slain, or I will slay the Pandavas. O tiger among men, I will today free myself from the debt I owe thee, the debt, O king, arising out of the food thou gavest me, by casting away my life at the head of thy army. Having said these words, O chief of the Bharatas, that invincible warrior, scattering his shafts among the Kshatriyas, attacked the Pandava host. Excuse me. And the Pandavas then, O bull of Bharat's race, began to resist the son of Ganga, staying in the midst of his forces and excited with wrath like a snake of virulent poison. Indeed, O king, on that 10th day of the battle, Bhishma, displaying his might, slew, O son of Kuru's race, hundreds of thousands, and he drained the energies of those royal and mighty car warriors that were the foremost among the Panchalas, like the sun, sucking up the moisture of the earth with his rays. Having slain 10,000 elephants of great activity and 10,000 steeds also, O king, along with their riders, and full 200,000 of foot soldiers, that best of men, Bhishma, shone resplendent in battle like a fire without a curl of smoke. And no one amongst the Pandavas was capable of even looking at him, who then resembled the burning sun staying in the northern solstice. The Pandavas, however, though afflicted in battle by that great bowman, still rushed, accompanied by the mighty car warriors of the Srinjayas, for slaughtering him. Battling with myriads upon myriads around him, Shantanu's son Bhishma then looked like the cliff of Meru, covered on all sides with masses of clouds. Thy sons, however, stood surrounding Bhishma on all sides with a large force for protecting him. Then commenced a fierce battle between the Kurus and the Pandavas. Would you like to carry on with that?
Yeah, all right.
Would you want me to keep going?
No, okay, I'll read that one. I'll read from Debroy's now.
Okay.
We've got half an hour, you're not going to go. Sanjaya said, O king, Arjuna then witnessed Bhishma's valor in battle. He told Shikandi, advance towards the grandfather. You should not exhibit the slightest fear of Bhishma today. I will bring down the supreme of Rathas with sharp arrows. O bull among the Bharata race, having been thus addressed by Partha, and having heard what Partha had said, Shikandi attacked Ganguli. O king, having heard what Partha had said, Drishtadyumna and the Mahabharata, who was Subhadra's son, cheerfully attacked Bhishma. The aged Virata and Drupada and the armored Kunti Bhoja attacked Bhishma, while your son looked on. O Lord of the earth, Nakula, Sahadeva, Valius, Dharmaraja, and all the other soldiers attacked Gangaya, having heard what Partha had said. The Maharathas on your side united and counterattacked according to their capacity and according to their endeavor. Listen, I will describe it, O great king. Chitrasena attacked Chekitana, who was advancing in the great battle against Bhishma, like a young tiger attacks a bull. O great king, in the encounter, Drishtadyumna had swiftly approached Bhishma, and Kritavarma repulsed him. Bhimasena was enraged and wished to kill Bhishma. O great king, Somadatta's son quickly countered him. The brave Nakula released many arrows, wishing to ensure that Bhishma remained alive. Vikarna repulsed these. Sahadeva was advancing towards Bhishma's chariot. In the battle, Sharadwata Kripa angrily encountered him. On seeing that Bhimasena's immensely strong son, the Rakshasa, who performed cruel deeds, wished to kill Bhishma, Durmukha powerfully attacked him. In the encounter, Rishashinga's son angrily repulsed Satyaki. No, great king, Abhimanyu was advancing towards Bhishma's chariot. O great king, Sudakshina of Cambodia repulsed him. The aged Virata and Drupada, the destroyers of enemies, had united. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, Ashwatthama was enraged and repulsed them. The eldest of the Pandu's sons wished to kill Bhishma. Bharadwaja's son made efforts in the battle to counter Dharma's son. Arjuna was hastening in the battle with Sikandi at the forefront. O great kings, he was approaching Bhishma, scorching the 10 directions. Dushasana, the great archer, countered him in the battle. There were other Pandava Maharathas who were advancing towards Bhishma in the battle. Other warriors on your side countered their advance. Drishtadyumna forcefully advanced against the immensely strong Bhishma alone. He repeatedly addressed the soldiers. This Arjuna, the descendant of the Kuru lineage, is advancing against Bhishma in battle. Advance! Do not be frightened. Bhishma will not be able to touch you. When Arjuna fights in battle, Even Vasava loses interest, not to speak of Bhishma. The brave one has lost his spirits in the battle. He has but a short time to live. On hearing the words of their commander, the Pandava Maharathas cheerfully advanced towards Gangeya's chariot. The bulls among men on your side cheerfully resisted them as they advanced in that battle like a powerful storm. O great king, Maharata Dushashana abandoned his fear. He wished to ensure that Bhishma remained alive and attacked Dhananjaya. In that encounter, the brave Pandavas advanced towards Gangeya's chariot and towards your Maharata sons. O Lord of the earth, we witnessed a wonderful and colourful incident. Having reached Dushashana's chariot, Partha was checked. He was restrained, like the shoreline checks the turbulent and great ocean. The angry Pandava was repulsed by your son. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, both of them were the best of Rathas and were invincible. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, both of them were radiant and were as handsome as the moon or the sun. Both of them were overcome with anger, wished to kill each other. They clashed in that great battle like Maya and Shakra in earlier times. O great king, Dushashana wounded Pandava with 3 arrows and Vasudeva with 20. On seeing that Vasudeva was wounded, Arjuna was overcome with rage. He pierced Dushashana with 100 iron arrows. In the encounter, they penetrated his armor and drank his blood. O best of the Bharata lineage, Dushashana was angered at this. He pierced Partha in the forehead with 5 straight tufted arrows. O great king, with those arrows on his forehead, the supreme of Pandavas was radiant, like Meru's lofty peaks. Pierced by your archer son in the battle, Partha, the great archer, looked like a blossoming Kingshuka tree. Thus wounded, Pandava became angry, extremely angry. He attacked Dushasana like Rahu attacking the moon on the night of the new moon or full moon. O Lord of the earth, your son was afflicted by the powerful one in the battle. He pierced Partha with arrows that were sharpened on stone and tufted with the feathers of herons. The spirited and valorous Partha sliced down his bow. After this, he struck your son with 9 arrows. Stationing himself in front of Bhishma, he grasped another bow and shot 25 arrows at Arjuna's chest and arms. O great king, at this, Pandava, the destroyer of enemies, became angry. He released many arrows that were like Yama's staff. But though they were released by Partha, your son sliced them down before they could reach him. It was wonderful. Your son pierced Partha with sharp arrows. Partha became wrathful in that battle and fixed arrows to his bow. They were gold tufted and sharpened on stone, and he released them in the encounter. O great king, these penetrated the great souled one's body like swarms entering a pond. O great king, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, your son was afflicted by the great souled Pandava. He avoided Partha in the battle and swiftly found refuge in Bhishma's chariot. He seemed to be submerged in fathomless waters, and Bhishma was like an island. O Lord of the earth, your son was brave and valiant. When he regained consciousness, he again restrained Partha with extremely sharp arrows, like Vritra against Purandara, though he was pierced by the immensely valorous one. Arjuna was not distressed. You want to go now, Carmen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Om Tat Sat. Section 100 and what is this? CXII. I don't know.
112.
Ah, yeah. Sanjaya said, the mighty bowman Alamvusha, the son of Rishyasring, in that battle resisted Satyaki clad in mail and proceeding towards Bhishma. He of Madhu's race, however, O king, excited with wrath, pierced the Rakshasa with 9 arrows, smiling the while, O Bharata. And so the Rakshasa also, O king, excited with wrath, afflicted him of Madhu's race, that bull of Shini's line, with 9 arrows. Then Shini's grandson, that slayer of hostile heroes, of Madhu's race, excited with rage, sped in that battle profusion of arrows at the Rakshasa. Then that mighty aimed Rakshasa pierced Satyaki of prowess incapable of being baffled, with many sharp arrows and uttered a loud shout. Then he of Madhu's race, endued with great energy, though deeply pierced by the Rakshasa in that battle, still relying upon his prowess, laughed at his wounds and uttered loud roars. Then Bhagadatta, excited with rage, afflicted him of Madhu's race in that battle with many sharp arrows, like a guide piercing a huge elephant with the hook. Then that foremost of Ka warriors, the grandson of Shini, abandoning the Rakshasa in battle, sped many straight shafts at the ruler of the Pragjotishas. The ruler of the Pragjotishas then, with a broad-headed arrow of great sharpness, displaying great lightness of hand, cut off the the large bow of Satyaki. Then that slayer of hostile heroes, excited with rage, taking up another bow of greater impetus, pierced Bhagadatta in that battle with many sharp arrows. That mighty bowman, Bhagadatta, then deeply pierced, began to lick the corners of his mouth, and he then hurled at his foe, that in that dreadful battle, a tough dart made wholly of iron, decked with gold and stones of lapis lazuli, and fierce as the rod of Yama himself. Sped with the might of Bhagadatta's arm and coursing towards him impetuously, towards him impetuously, Satyaki, O king, cut that dart in twain by means of his shafts. Thereupon that dart fell down suddenly, like a great meteor shorn of its splendor. Beholding the dart, baffled, thy son, Duryodhana, O monarch, surrounded him of Madhu's race with a large number of cars. And seeing that mighty Ka warrior among the Vrishnis thus surrounded, Duryodhana, angrily addressing all his brothers, said, Take such steps, ye Kauravas, that Satyaki may not in this battle escape you and this large division of cars with life. If he be slain, the vast host of the Pandavas may be regarded as slain also. Accepting Duryodhana's words with the answer, so be it. Those mighty Ka warriors fought with Shini's grandson in the view of Bhishma. The mighty ruler of the Kambojas in that battle resisted Abhimanyu, who was proceeding against Bhishma, the son of Arjuna. Resisted Abhimanyu, who was proceeding against Bhishma, the son of Arjuna, having pierced the king with many straight shafts, once more pierced that monarch, O monarch, with 64 shafts. Sudakshina, however, desirous of Bhishma's life, pierced Abhimanyu in that battle with 5 arrows and his charioteer with 9. And the battle that took place there in consequence of the meeting of those 2 warriors was fierce in the extreme. That grinder of foes, Shikandin, then rushed at the son of Ganga, old Virata and Drupada. Those mighty Ka warriors, both excited with rage, rushed to battle with Bhishma, resisting the large host of the Kauravas as they went. That best of Ka warriors, Ashwathaman, excited with rage, encountered both those warriors. Then commenced a battle, O Bharata, between him and them. Virata then, O chastiser of foes, struck with broad-headed shafts that mighty bowman and ornament of battle, Drona's son, as the latter advanced against them. And Drupada also pierced him with 3 sharp shafts. Then the preceptors then the preceptors soiled Ashwathaman, coming upon those mighty warriors, thus striking him. The brave Virata and Drupada, both proceeding towards Bhishma, pierced them both with many shafts. Wonderful was the conduct that we then beheld of those two old warriors, inasmuch as they checked all those fierce shafts shot by Drona's son. Like an infuriate elephant in the forest, rushing against an infuriate compeer, Kripa, the son of Saradwat, proceeded against Sahadeva, who was advancing upon Bhishma. And Kripa, brave in battle, quickly struck that mighty car warrior, the son of Madri, with 70 shafts decked with gold. The son of Madri, however, cut Kripa's bow in twain by means of his shafts. Cutting off his bow, Sahadev then pierced Kripa with 9 arrows, taking up then in that battle another bow of capable bearing a great strain. Kripa, excited with rage and desirous of Bhishma's life, cheerfully struck Madri's son in that battle with 10 shafts. And so the son of Pandu, in return, desirous of Bhishma's death, excited with rage, struck the wrathful Kripa in the chest with many shafts. And then occurred their terrible and fierce battle. That squatter of foes, Vikarna, desirous of saving the grandsire Bhishma, excited with rage in that battle, pierced Nakula with 60 arrows. Nakula, also deeply pierced by thy intelligent son, pierced Vikarna in return with 77 shafts. There those two tigers among men, those two chastiser of foes, those two heroes struck each other for the sake of Bhishma, like two bovine bulls in a fold. Thy son Durmukha, endued with great prowess, proceeded for the sake of Bhishma against Ghatotkacha, advancing to battle and slaughtering thy army as he came. Hidimva's son, however, O king, excited with rage, struck Durmukha. Hidimva's son struck Durmukha, that chastiser of foes, in the chest, a straight shaft. The heroic Durmukha then, shouting cheerfully, pierced Bhimasena's son on the field of battle with 60 shafts of keen points. That mighty car warrior, the son of Hridika, resisted Drishtadyumna, that foremost of car warriors, who was advancing to battle from desire of Bhishma's slaughter. The son of Prishata, however, having pierced Kritivarman with 5 shafts made wholly of iron, once more struck him quickly in the center of the chest with 50 shafts. And similarly, O king, Prishata's son struck Kritivarman with 9 sharp and blazing shafts, winged with the feathers of the Kanka bird. Encountering each other with great vigor, the battle that took place between them for Bhishma's sake was as fierce as that between Vritra and Vasava. Against Bhimasen, who was advancing upon the mighty Bhishma, proceeded Burishravas with great speed, saying, "Wait, wait!" And the son of Somadatta struck Bhima in the center of the chest with an arrow of exceeding sharpness and golden wings in that battle. And the valiant Bhimasen, with that arrow on his chest, looked beautiful, O best of kings, like the Kroncha mountain in days of old with the dart of Skanda. And those two bulls among men, enraged in battle, shot at each other shafts, brightly polished by their forges and endued with the effulgence of the sun. Bhima, longing for Bhishma's death, fought with the mighty son of Somadatta, and the latter, desirous of Bhishma's victory, fought with the former, each carefully seeking to counteract the other's feats. Bharadwaja's son resisted Yudhisthira, the son of Kunti, who, accompanied by a large force, was coming towards Bhishma. Hearing the rattle of Drona's car, O king, that resembled the roar of the clouds. The Prabhadrakas, O sire, began to tremble. That large force of Pandu's son, resisted by Drona in battle, could not exerting vigorously, advance even one step. Thy son, Chitrasena, king, resisted Chekitana of wrathful visage, who was exerting vigorously for coming upon Bhishma. Possessed of great prowess and great dexterity of hand, that mighty Ka warrior for the sake of Bhishma battled with Chekitana, O Bharata, according to the utmost of his power. And Chekitana also fought with Chitrasena to the utmost of his power. And the battle that took place there in consequence of the meeting of those two warriors was exceedingly fierce. As regards Arjuna, although he was resisted by all means, O Bharata, he still compelled thy son to turn back and then crushed thy troops. Dusasana, however, to the utmost stretch of his power, began to resist Bharata, wishing, O Bharata, to protect Bhishma. The army of thy son, O Bharata, undergoing such slaughter, began to be agitated here and there by many foremost Ka warriors of the Pandavas. End of chapter.
I'll read one more and then maybe we'll stop. So I'm tired. Okay. Chapter 968 of the Mahabharata. Chapter 108 of the Bhishma Vadha Parva. Now reading from Debroy's edition. Sanjaya said, the brave and great archer was like a crazy elephant in his valor. He grasped a giant bow that was capable of restraining crazy elephants. He brandished that best of bows and drove away the Maharatas. The Maharata slaughtered the army of the Pandavas. The valiant one was skilled in reading portents and glanced in every direction. Having tormented the soldiers, Drona addressed his son. O son, this is the day when Maharata Partha will try his utmost to slay Bhishma in battle. My arrows are rising up and my bow is outstretched. But when I try to fix my weapons, they are falling off. My mind is without cheer. The peaceful directions have turned terrible, and birds and animals are wandering around. Inferior vultures are swooping down towards the army of the Bharatas. The sun has lost its splendor, and all the directions have turned red. The earth seems to be suffering, and the mounts seem to have been destroyed. Herons, vultures, and cranes are repeatedly shrieking. Jackals are howling in inauspicious tones, and this signifies a great calamity. Giant meteors are falling down in the center of the sun's disk. This is Drona talking to Ashwatthama. The headless torso of Parigha is stationed covering the sun. Footnote. In astrology, Parikha is an inauspicious yoga or conjunction of the stars, signifying obstructions. End of footnote. The disk of the sun and the moon have become terrible. They signify a terrible danger pertaining to the mangling of the bodies of kings. In the temples of the Indra among the Kauravas, the gods are trembling, laughing, dancing, and weeping. The planets are circling inauspiciously, keeping the moon to the left. O illustrious one, the moon is rising with its crescent inverted. The bodies of the kings seem to be destroyed, though they are armored The soldiers of the sons of Dhritarashtra are no longer radiant. A great sound has arisen amidst both the armies because of Panchajanya's roar and Gandiva's sound. It is certain that Bibatsu will use supreme weapons in this battle. He will avoid all the others in the encounter and advance towards the grandfather. The pores in my body are contracting. My mind is weakening. O mighty armed one, I am thinking about the encounter between Bhishma and Arjuna. Partha is conversant with deceit. He will place the evil-minded Panchala at the forefront of the battle and advance to fight with Bhishma. Bhishma has earlier said that he would not kill Sikandi. The Creator made him a woman, and he later became a man of destiny. Yajnasena's Mahabharata's son bears an inauspicious mark on his standard. Footnote. Sikandi, Yajnasena is Draupadi's name. Okay. I don't know what's inauspicious about it. The son of the one who goes to the ocean will not strike someone who bears an inauspicious mark on his standard. Having thought of all these things, my mind is severely distressed. In the battle today, Partha will attack the aged one of the Kuru lineage. Yudhishthira's anger, the encounter between Bhishma and Arjuna, and the rage of my weapons in battle certainly portend ill for all subjects. Pandava is spirited, powerful, and brave. He is skilled in the use of weapons and is firm in his valor. He can shoot from a great distance and can strike powerfully. He is skilled in understanding the signs. He is invincible in battle, even by the gods with Vasava. He is strong and intelligent. He has conquered exhaustion. He is supreme among warriors. Pandava possesses terrible weapons and is always victorious in battle. Avoid his path and go to the spot where the one who is rigid in his vows is stationed. The mighty armed one, O mighty armed one, behold the visage of what is about to transpire. The armors of the brave ones are decorated with gold. They are expensive and beautiful. They will be shattered with straight-tufted arrows. The tops of standards and javelins and bows will be fragmented. There are polished and sharp spears and lances blazing in gold. There are pennants on elephants, and all these will be destroyed by the angry Kiriti. O son, this is not the time when dependents should seek to protect their lives, though placing heaven at the forefront and fame and victory. The whirlpool of heroes, elephants and chariots is extremely terrible and difficult to cross. The one with the ape on his banner is crossing the river of battle on his chariot. Regard for Brahmins, self-control, generosity, austerities, and greatness in conduct, these can be seen in the king. Footnote, Yudhishthira, end of footnote. Dhananjaya is his brother. Bhimasena is powerful. So are the Pandavas who are Madri's sons. Varshneya, Vasudeva, is stationed as their protector. The evil-minded son of sons of Dhritarashtra are overcome by anger, while he, footnote, Indra's younger brother Vishnu, has scorched his body through austerities. The Bharatas have been scorched through anger. Partha can be seen with Vasudeva as his refuge. He is shattering all the soldiers of the sons of Dhritarashtra in every direction. Kiriti can be seen to be agitating the soldiers like a giant whale agitating large fish at the mouth of a river. Sounds of lamentation and woe can be heard at the head of the army. Go and confront the son of Panchala. I will go and confront Yudhisthira, the center of the infantry energetic king, the center of the infinitely energetic king's vyuha is difficult to penetrate. It is like the interior of the ocean, and Atiratas are stationed in every direction. Satyaki, Abhimanyu, Drishtadyumna, Vrikodara, and the twins, lords among men, are protecting the king. He is like Upendra and is dark. He is as tall as the giant Shala tree. He is advancing amidst the soldiers like a second Falguna. Take up your supreme weapons and grasp your giant bow. Advance against King Parshata and fight with Vrikodara, who does not wish that his beloved son may live for an eternal period. However, placing the Dharma of Kshatriyas at the forefront, I am employing you in this task, in this battle. Bhishma is scorching the great army. O son, in battle, he is the equal of Yama and Varuna. That's it. Mathura, are you there? So we're going to in the next episode,